Hello, hello students. Welcome again in this video lecture series for analog circuits and design. You remember last lecture what we had is module of H parameters. Right. So we know what is H parameters. Let me write it here. We know what is H parameters. So the basic H parameters are known. Right. What are those? Those are HI, then HR, HF and HO. Those 4H parameters are there. Now depend on which configuration we are using. If we are using common emitter, the H parameters will change. And the last letter becomes E if it is common emitter configuration. Is it? Consider HI will become HIE for common emitter configuration, and HI will become HIB for common base configuration. HI will become HIC for common collector configuration. Is it? So we have written different equations. We have drawn a H module for common base, emitter as well as common collector configuration. Is it? Now those H parameters are well known to us. Let us understand how can I calculate or how can I evaluate those H parameters. Right. Those H parameters can be evaluated by graphical method. Yes, there is a good graphical method for that. Is it? It's a really fantastic method. How can I evaluate those H parameters? But this graphical method take help of input and output characteristics. Yes, without input-output characteristics or without understanding of that input and output characteristics, one cannot calculate or evaluate H parameters. For example, if I want to evaluate HIE, then I need to have CEIO characteristics. Is it? If I want to calculate HIB, then I need to have CB characteristics. Like this, if I want to calculate HIC, or all the parameters in common collector configuration, then I need to use IO characteristics for common collector configuration. Is it? So that's why generally if we are in amplifiers, whenever we study amplifier, we consider only one configuration, that is common emitter configuration. Is it? So that's why here also to calculate or to evaluate H parameters, we will take example of common emitter configuration and we will calculate or evaluate all those H parameters with the help of IO characteristics of common emitter configuration. Is it? So that's why first thing that I will need is IO characteristics. IO characteristics of common emitter configuration. That's what I will need. Is it? So from IO characteristics of common emitter configuration, what I will calculate HIE, HOE, HFE as well as I will calculate HRE. Is it? Those 4 H parameters that I am going to calculate with the help of common emitter IO characteristics. Is it? So let us start with. So this is called a graphical method to calculate H parameters. Let me write the title as graphical method to calculate H parameters. This is what a graphical method to calculate H parameters. And what that graphical method will use, that graphical method will definitely use the IO characteristics of any configuration. It depends which configuration I'm using or I want H parameters for which configuration. That's what. Is it? Now, see we are here. How can I add one page? Insert, let me check. I can have this. So instead of increasing the length of it, actually I want to increase the length. Yes, it is possible. See. So now what is my title? Can I type it here? Let me check. Yes, it's a graphical method to evaluate H parameters. That's what the graphical method to evaluate H parameters, and that's what our title will be. Is it now? It is visible? Yes, it's got visible. The graphical method to evaluate H parameters. To evaluate H parameters with the help of graphical method, what I will need IO characteristics. Let us start with, instead of wasting time on the discussion with the title, let us start with. So first we will calculate okay, here I will make my pen small, and then let me check whether I can. Yes, I can draw the line. It's not quite good, but still, yes, it is possible. Let me draw these characteristics first. Let me draw the output characteristics. What are the output characteristics? Look at this. Those are the output characteristics. This is something VCE. See, we are in common emitter configuration. We are in common emitter configuration because I want to calculate HIE, HRE, something like that. So VCE versus IC. So VCE versus IC when IB is constant. So this is a graph of IB1 and IB2. This is a graph of IB1 and IB2. So now by this output characteristics, is it output characteristics? Yes, it is output characteristics. So by this output characteristics, now I will evaluate one parameter, that is HFE. I can find out value of HFE or equation for HFE by this output characteristics. Now, as if this is output characteristics, see, it is a graph of output current versus output voltage, IC versus VC, because it is a common emitter configuration. Output current is IC and output voltage is VCE. Right? So it is a graph of output current versus output voltage when input current is constant. See, the first graph shows IB1, that is when IB1 is constant, I can have this. When IB2 is constant, I can have this. It means you will obtain these kind of graphs when you perform practical in our lab. Is it? When you perform practical for C characteristics. Yes, already I had an explanation about those characteristics in my last video, that you can refer that. I want to have 4 observation tables, is it, to have input and output characteristics. Is it? So first thing, what you need to do, you need to perform practical for C characteristics, then take those readings, then plot a graph of input and output characteristics, that is C characteristics, on a graph paper. Is it? An inch or centimeters graph paper. So this is what I have performed a practical for C configuration and characteristics, and then I am plotting a graph. So this is what my graph on my graph paper. Right? So if you have this graph on your graph paper, then from this, how can I calculate or evaluate HFE? That's what my task is. Now the thing is clear. First you have to perform C characteristics, plot the graphs, and after plotting the graphs, we will calculate all the H parameters. So this is what my graph of output characteristics, and now we are studying how can I evaluate HFE by those output characteristics. Right? So what is HFE? Basically, it is current versus, look at this, it is change in current versus or what I can say, change in current IC divided by change in current IB. Is it? When output voltage is constant. when output voltage is constant. That's what HFE is equals to delta IC divided by delta IB when VCE is constant. Now come to the graph. In the graph, first thing I need to decide that HFE is IC versus IB when VCE is constant. Now VCE is constant, it means x-axis. From x-axis we have to select or we have to choose any one point. Is it? So let me select this point. See, you can select any point. So I have selected this point. Is it? And then let me draw a line from that point. Look at this. I am drawing a straight line from this point. Now this is what when VCE is constant. See, I am drawing a straight line. It means for that VCE is constant. So first thing we are done with when VCE is constant. Look at this. This VCE is now constant. Now as if VCE is constant, turn towards change in IC and change in IB. Is it? Now where this line cuts your graph, somewhere here, another is here. Now plot those points on y-axis, that is IC. Look at this, what I am doing. Okay, now this is what my IC2 and this is what my IC1. Is it? So can I say this is what change in IC? That is change in IC. Yes, this is change in IC. Maybe it is IC2 is 7 milliamperes and IC1 is 5 milliamperes. So 7 milliamperes minus 5 milliamperes, that is 2 milliamperes. So delta IC will be 2 milliamperes. We just need to find out the difference, that is change. Is it? And what about change in IB? Obviously this IB2 and IB1, the difference between these two is what change in IB. Is it? So it means what I can write here, HFE will be then equals to, I will write IC2 minus IC1 divided by IB2 minus IB1. Yes, by this way I can calculate the value of HFE. Is it? So it means you have to take readings, plot a graph on graph paper, and when you finish your graph, then follow this procedure. You will get value of HFE. Roughly you will get value around 50. Is it? So this 50 is called typical value. Typical value. So what is typical value of HFE? Typical value of HFE is 50, that is 50. Right? Now it depends on what is the value of IC and IB, and what is the value of IC IB depends on, it depends on the transistor you are using. Is it? The module of transistor you are using. If you are using a general purpose transistor which is a black package BC547, is it? That BC547, this will give you HFE more than 100. Is it? Or if you are using SL100, this is another model of a transistor, then in that case you will get HFE less than 100. Yes, it is possible. So depend on the transistor, you will get different value of HFE, because you will get different values for IB and IC, because you will get different output characteristics. Is that? So this is what the first parameter, first H parameter that I can evaluate with the help of output characteristics. Is it? And see, it's not like that I can have all the H parameters from output characteristics. No. See, one parameter I got from output characteristics. Now the next parameter I will get from input characteristics. Is it? So let us start with another parameter which I can get maybe with the help of input characteristics. So let me write number 2. Now second number I will find HIE. See, compulsory I am writing HIE. It means I am using common emitter input output characteristics. Now HIE can be found by input characteristics. So obviously I need to draw input characteristics. Is it? So I have taken readings I have plotted my graphs on graph paper, and then we have to follow the process, is it? So let me draw a graph of input characteristics. So if it is input characteristics, means it is a graph of VBE versus IB, is it? Then graph of IB versus VBE when VCE is constant. Look at this. Is it? Maybe a second observation table may give me a graph like this, and this is what my VCE 1, and maybe this is VCE 2. Is it? See, I have taken two observation tables. I plotted two graphs for input characteristics. That's what my two graphs of input characteristics. Is it? Now I need to find HIE from those graphs. First, write down the equation for HIE. What is HIE? HIE is what? HIE is input impedance. So if it is an impedance, it means it must be a voltage divided by current. Yes, it has to be. That is change in voltage divided by change in current. Is it? Change in voltage divided by change in current when output voltage is constant. Is it? Delta VBE divided by delta IB when VCE is constant. That's what. Now again here VCE is constant. So now I need to work on this graph. Is it? If I want to work on this graph, first thing I will do, I will decide a point where VCE is constant. Now look at the graph. I have two graphs, and for the complete graph, for this complete graph, VCE is constant. Is it? For one trace, for one curve, VCE is constant. For another curve, VCE is constant. It means now I have to select any one of the curve. Is it? Any one of the graph that I need to select. Because for the complete graph, VCE is always constant. That's what my characteristic said. Is it? So now you consider any one graph out of these two. So see, I have selected this graph. I have selected this trace. Now VCE is constant for the complete graph. Now what is change in VBE and change in IB? Yes, isn't it so simple? I just need to find out a slope of that. It means what I will do, I will find out the slope. Look at this. Is it? Now this is what my change in VBE. Look at this. This is what my delta VBE. Okay, I will call this as VBE2 and I will call it as VBE1. Is it? Like same way, I have to trace them on y-axis, and then I will call this as IB2 and this I will call it as an IB1, and this gives me delta IB. Look at this. Now this is delta IB and this is delta VBE. Is it? So let me write the equation. HIE will be VBE2 minus VBE1 divided by IB2 minus IB1. Now what is that IB1 and IB2? Yes, there are those are on your graph itself. Is it? So you need to find out a slope, an actual slope from your graph paper, and you have to write that value for HIE. See, like HFE, we have written a typical value. So for HIE also we have a typical value. Is it? So what is typical value for HIE? It is 1. Let me check where the cursor it is. Okay, there is the cursor. It is 1.2 kilo ohm. 1.2 K is a typical value. Let me write it here. Typical value. So 1.2 kilo ohm is the typical value for HIE. So this is how I can find the value of HIE. Is it clear? Now, as if we are in value of HIE, see one value, that is HFE, I got from output characteristics, HIE I got it from input characteristics. Now the third parameter, obviously that also has to be searched with the help of input or output characteristics. So let me write the third parameter, third H parameter as HRE. Right? So what is that HRE? Reverse gain. Whether it is the reverse current gain or reverse voltage gain? Yes, it is a reverse voltage gain. So reverse voltage gain can be calculated or evaluated with the help of, again, input characteristics. So let me draw input characteristics here again. If it is input characteristics, it means it is VBE versus IB, is it? And then let me draw the graphs like this. This is first graph. Oh, it's okay, no problem. This is second graph. This is VCE and this is also VCE 2. Look at this. Two graphs are ready with me. Those are input characteristics, and with the help of input characteristics, now let us find out what is HRE. Okay, but what is HRE? Basically, let me write an equation. HRE is a reverse voltage gain. It means output voltage divided by input voltage is a forward voltage gain. A reverse of it, it means input voltage divided by output voltage. So if it is common emitter configuration, what is input voltage? It is VBE. What is output voltage? It is VCE. Now delta VBE and delta VCE. But what is constant? Obviously IB has to be constant. Is it? So delta VB divided by delta VC when IB is constant. Is it? I want to calculate HRE. Now come to the graph again. Now in the graph, where is IB? IB is on y-axis. So as IB is on y-axis, let me fix any point on the y-axis. Let me fix the point here. So you can select any point from y-axis because I need to keep IB constant. So when you fix this point, draw a straight line. Look at this. Draw a complete horizontal line, and your horizontal line that is parallel to the x-axis where it cuts to your graph. Look at this, where it cuts here, here, right? Now those are my values for VBE. Look at this. Now what is this? This is what my delta VBE. This is what delta VBE. It means, let me write it here, VBE2 and this is VBE1. Is it? VB2 and VB1. Now it's on you whether you call this point as VB1 and this point, or no issue in that. Is it? So let me write. Now what about VBE then? Sorry, VCE. This VBE part we are done. VBE, delta VB, we got this delta VB. What about VCE? Look at this, the difference between these two values. Difference between this and this. That's what my VCE. So then HRE, let me write it as HRE is equals to VBE2 minus VBE1 divided by VCE2 minus VCE1. No problem. Which one is greater? You subtract the smaller value from it, you will get the value of delta, that is change, the difference. Right? Now as if we know the typical values for HFE, HIE, so typical value for HRE is also specified. Now what is that HRE? It is reverse voltage gain. So if it is a reverse voltage gain, it should have any unit? Obviously not, because it's a gain. So let me write it here. The typical value is 0.25 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3, and there should not be any unit. So this is what typical value. See, I told you that when you are performing practical, with which transistor matters a lot. If you are using different transistor, you will get different values, but those are some common typical values. If something is not given, for example, if you are solving a numerical and HRE value is not given, then it's always better to assume that typical value instead of searching the data sheet for exact transistor, even if you don't know exact transistor. See, when exact transistor is not known and still you want to have the value of HRE, then use this typical value. Go for it clearly. It is used for that. There are ranges: typical value, highest value, lowest value. So generally we select typical values instead of hunting for highest and what is the lowest value for all those parameters. We select typical values. So this is the third parameter that I can evaluate with the help of input and output characteristics, especially CE. And now the last parameter that we need to evaluate from the characteristics is HOE. Is it? So HOE, what is that? It is an admittance. Look at this, it is an admittance. So as this is admittance, it means it is 1 divided by impedance. Okay, instead of calling it as 1 divided by impedance, let's call it as an admittance, because we already seen that while drawing its equivalent diagram. Is that? So HOE that can be calculated or evaluated with the help of, now it is which characteristics, input or output? Yes, it is an output characteristics. So let me draw two graph for the output characteristics. Look at this. Okay, let me draw this also. Now it is an output characteristics. It means this is VCE, and what is there on y-axis? This is IC. So this is IB2 and this is IB1. Now let us write the equation. What is HOE? HOE, it is an admittance. It means it is current divided by voltage. Is it not? That is change in current divided by change in voltage. That is change in output current divided by change in output voltage when input current is constant. So that is most important, when input current is constant. Is it? Now as if this is input current, which is IB. See, IB is completely constant for this graph, and again IB is purely constant for this graph. Is it? So now we have option. Either you can select upper graph or lower graph. You can select any trace and find out value of HOE. So let me select this upper one. Is it? So change in IC and change in VC. Now for this upper graph, let me find out its slope. Is it? Now look at this. What is there on y-axis? Y-axis I will get delta IC. Is it not? So if I say this is IC2 and if I say this point is IC1, then IC2 divided by IC1 is delta IC. So numerator part is clear from HOE. What is there on denominator? It is VC, output voltage. So let me drag those points here on x-axis. Sorry. And this will show delta VCE. So let me call this as VCE2 and this is VCE1. Is it? So how can I write HOE then? HOE can be IC2 minus IC1 divided by VCE2. 2 minus VCE1. That's what. So you have to plot a graph, you have to take what you need to take, it's a slope. You have to take slope of any graph, you will get the value of HOE, is it? So as like HRE, HFE and HIE, this HOE parameter, this also has a typical value. So what is typical value of HOE? HOE means what? It's an admittance. If it is an admittance, then what must be the unit? MHO, is it? MHO means what exactly? It is ampere per volt. Look at this, it is an microamperes per volt. It means what I'm telling you it is 0.25 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 6 ampere per volt. So instead I am writing microampere per volt, and this is what a typical value. This is what a typical value of HOE, is it not? Typical value is 0.25 microampere per volt, or you can clearly write unit as 0.25 micro MHO, is it? MHO is also an alternate name which is given for ampere per volt, or admittance I can say, is it? So this is how I can calculate all those H parameters for CE configuration from CE characteristics, is it? Now from next lecture we'll use those equations, is it? So actually this is one of your experiment in lab, is it? What is your experiment? The full name of your experiment is evaluation of H parameters from CE characteristics, is it? So for that, as a first part, you have to perform CE characteristics experiment in lab. You need to take readings, you need to prepare observation table, you need to plot the graph. When you finish with the graph, then this concept you need to apply to your graph and find out all those H parameters, is it? Yes, and this is how I can calculate or evaluate all those H parameters. In next lecture, we will start with actual analysis, is it? Actual analysis for amplifier using those H model. Yes, thank you.